We are live here from InfoCision Stadium. It is week 3 in the PAFL as the game has already started, so we apologize for our late start. But I am Ramil Thorpe on the call here with Jacob Brown. Jacob, good to see you again.
Good to see you back at another game. Excited for this game. Great weather out here in Akron.
And indeed, we are. So, this is the matchup we've all been waiting for, the rematch of the Cuyahoga Falls Rapids and the Cleveland Cobras. So this is something we've been waiting to see since week 1 as the Falls got away with a 17-14 win in the last few seconds of the game. But right now, Rapids with the ball after an interception. Takes a snap, throws it deep. He's got a man open, and that is intercepted. So Cleveland gets an interception after throwing two to the Rapids.
The first turnover today for the Cleveland Cobras.
And that's something that the Cobras have needed to work on. As I spoke to Coach Adam, and he said we had to get turnovers. So to give everybody a update, this was the game of the week in week 1. This was the season opener for both teams, and this was not what the Cobras wanted as they ended up losing 17-14 in the last few seconds of the game. So unfortunately for them, after losing to the Broncos last week, they are 0-2, and the Rapids are 2-0. So C.J. Hale and Johnson in the shotgun, four wide receivers. Sends one in motion. Hale takes a snap, hands off to Johnson. Johnson looking for room, spins around, just gets over the 15. He'll get maybe one on the play. So, Jacob, being that you've been a player, you've been on the ground yourself, you've seen what it's like in the locker room, what do you think the Cobras need to do to get things situated and straightened up to where they're back in the winning column?
They need to get to what they do best. And like I said in previous games, they work well in the screen game, the option game, and run the ball. Not looking to throw deep balls. Two passes, two picks already thrown this game, overthrown, and a play where he should have thrown the ball out of bounds. He ended up getting throwing another terrible pick.
It brings up second down. Johnson in the shotgun, fires it out to the 25 into the 30, and that will be a first down for the Cobras.
And there it goes right there what I was just talking about. Get into their short game. Their short pass game works. Get it to your fast receivers. And there, look on right there on first and 10, getting the first down on first and 10.
So this is what we're used to seeing from the Cobras. The short game works immaculately, and then they just go away from it for whatever reason. But nevertheless, it is first down. C.J. Hill directing traffic. First quarter, 1 minute to go. C.J. throws it. It's caught to Wise. Wise makes a move, tries to get upfield, spins, gets two on the play, so it'll bring up second down.
The Cobra,
Cobras.
the Cobras coaching staff saw the cornerback on the far left side of the field playing about like 20 to 15 yards back off the receiver. Try to get a couple yards off that play. Not mad about
And
that.
I'm agreeing with that because sometimes the screen game is an extension of the run game, so that's what you want. Keeps the defense honest because now they have to look for, do we got to worry about the screen game or do we got to worry about the deep passes?
And it's early in the down. On a first down, getting 2, 3 yards on the first down is always great.
And that is nothing wrong with that, so I agree. So second down and 8. Hale has four wide receivers, and there's a flag on the play. And we'll see what the play is about. Yeah, and they're going to say a false start against Cleveland, and that'll back them up 5. Unfortunately, it remains second and long now.
In last week's game, I think, or it was 2 weeks ago, I did a game for the Cleveland Cobras. Penalties killed them a lot in that game, and that's just stuff you don't want to see. You got to be more disciplined.
And that's the thing. You gotta fix the penalties. If you don't fix the penalties, it's gonna hurt you more than it helps you. And as we saw last week, it did the exact same thing. It hurt the Cobras against the Broncos, and that was something. And it just wasn't there. And Johnson being hit in the backfield, so now it's third down.
And let me tell you right there, that that left end came off the end, crashing and crashed straight into the running back, and then gang tackled him right there. That's exactly how you want your defensive end to play it right there, coming off the edge super hard and just smashing the running back as soon as the running back try to get the edge.
And then that'll do it for the end of the first quarter as we are scoreless here. And we'll switch sides of the field and be right back. You are watching Pro Advancement Football, the Cleveland Cobras versus the Cuyahoga Falls Rapids game of the week here on the 216 Sports Network. Got a taste for something sweet? Planning a party? Or just want a midnight snack? Clarissa's Confections is a local treat maker here in Cleveland and has made many delectable and delicious treats for the young and old. Her treats are made to order and can be customized to your needs and any occasion. To place your orders, email her at sweetsbyclarice@gmail.com or call her at 440-805-4303. Are you looking to change up your everyday look? Have a sports team or just want something casual to wear for the night? TGBG Apparel is here for you. From athletic wear to something nice to go with your outfit, TGBG has what you need. Hats, shirts, hoodies, and everything in between. TGBG will get you right for the night and at an affordable price. And we are back with the start of the second quarter here from InfoCision Stadium in Akron, Ohio. Cobras, third down. Knight in motion. Hale takes a snap, drops back to pass. He looks, he throws it. It is caught. That's looks like Tufts and Wise. He fumbles the ball. Rapids say they have it, but there are flags on the play as well. And that is the third turnover that the Rapids will acquire. And it doesn't look like it was a flag. It looks like those were the markers for the turnovers.
That is not what you want to see as a Cobras fan right there. You got it to your fast receivers, third and long, got the first down, doing too much and fumbled right there. You got to keep that ball stuck tight.
And as we've seen, it does frustrate the head coach of the Cobras, Coach Adam. So here we are. So now the Rapids will take over with decent field position. The ball is be on their own 43-yard line. First and 10. Option play. He's got some room. Calhoun gets hit. Fumbles the ball. And the Cobras recover.
Back to back fumbles from both teams right there. These two teams are hitting each other hard. You're going to have to hold the ball in tight right there because both teams are coming out hitting hard.
So 5 turnovers already before we even get to halftime. Some big hits going on already.
Back to back big hits from both teams.
And the Cobras now have great field position as they are close to midfield. The ball is spotted at their own 48. So first and 10 Cobras. Hale and Johnson in the backfield. Hale directing traffic. He sees something he might want to exploit. Quick pass. That is Knight.
It looked like the Rapids picked up, or looked like the Rapids watched some good film of the Cobras, knowing that they like to get to the short field.
Now that we've seen both teams settle in, 5 turnovers, Cobras have two, Rapids have three. What do you think needs to happen in order for the Cobras to get on the board? They did block a Rapids field goal attempt. So, what do you think needs to happen now that we've seen both teams settle down?
The Cobras gonna have to set some run game here. They haven't really ran the ball that much this game. They're gonna have to let them know that they can run the ball because if not, they're gonna sit back on the screen passes and sit back on the passes the full game, and then you clean up on the turnovers.
It was a stoppage, but there was no flag, so we should be okay. So Hale and Johnson in the backfield. Hale takes his own, calls his own number.
Trying to run the ball right there. I agree. They have to. They're at some point you got to establish the run game because you can't establish some type of run game. It's gonna be over. The DBs are just gonna be sitting on the receivers waiting for them to get the
The
ball.
problem with that is we've tried to see what the Cobras can do the last week or so as we take a look at our Cobra starters real quick. Hale, Williams, Johnson, Knight, Ambrose, and Tufts, or Knight Wise and Tufts, wound out the wide receivers. But the thing about it is we've seen the Cobras try to establish the run game, especially last week. It just didn't happen for the Cobras. Hale might want to get rid of it. He's looking, throws it across,
Oh.
and it's picked off. He's got some room. And that is the fourth interception today for the Rapids.
That is a no-no for a quarterback. That is the number one rule as a quarterback. You never throw the ball across your body across the field, and he just broke the number one rule as a quarterback. Throwing the ball across body across the field. You don't never want to do that because the ball is always going to hang in the air, and it's going to give time to the DBs and linebackers to get and sit on the pick, and that's exactly what happened right there.
As we take a look at the Rapids offense as we get a chance, Dallas Huckle, Calhoun in the backfield, and Williams, Benson, and Finley, or excuse me, Filey, round out the receivers. Nathan Pritchett, Dryden, Johnson, Purnell, and Pickett are the offensive hogs up front. But you are absolutely right. And you know what? I can't even be more agree with you because you've played quarterback, so you know you've been yelled at about things like that, especially coming from a coach. Don't throw it across your body. Just if you're gonna do something
Especially
like
if you're
that, just
across the field, you're throwing 50 yards across the field across body. It's never going to be a good play ever. Even if your receiver's open, it's going to give too much time for a linebacker or a DB to come through and pick that off.
absolutely. So 1st and 10 for the Rapids. 4 wide receivers. Huckle takes a snap, fakes the handoff, throws it short to Calhoun. Calhoun trying to get away.
Mm.
It's actually number 15. That would be Dennis Wheat. So Wheat, well, actually, they're saying, I'm hearing that that was Calhoun. But nevertheless, it's 2nd down and 10. Actually, 2nd and 12. So 2nd and 12 here. Now, for those at home watching, Cobras in their home away white jerseys, black pants and black helmets. Rapids sporting some snazzy this week. Red jerseys, white pants, white helmets. So 2nd down and 12. Winged formation. Uncle takes a snap. Got room. He's at the 45. Excuse me, the Cleveland 35-yard line. He passed over the 40, got the first down, and then some.
That offensive line for the Rapids, the Cuyahoga Rapids, just opened up a huge hole for the running back right there. That offensive line was so open right there.
And actually, that is Jordan Jones at quarterback. receivers. Looks like Jordan Jones is stacked there. If I can get the number, it does look familiar. Takes the snap, makes the handoff, drops back. He does. He's under pressure. He might want to get rid of it. He does. Intercepted! That is number 7. He's trying to get some room and upended it deep in his own territory, but that is number 7. Look at Nico St. Clair. So St. Clair gets the so the
We have
Cobras get
seen
their fourth turnover actually.
we are seeing both teams with bad quarterback play with a lot of mistakes in doing a lot of breaking a lot of rules you learn from minor league football.
So what has to be done in order for these mistakes to be fixed?
Simply just don't make the mistakes. Like that play is in particular right there. If you don't see no one's open, you know you can't make that throw. Do not force a throw you know you can't make. You know yourself better than anyone else. You're in there practicing with your team every week. You know what you can do with your capability. And them are some hard throws to make. Don't try to be Superman. If the throw's not there, just throw it away.
Oh, first and 10 for the Cobras at their own 10. Johnson now at quarterback. We're not strangers to seeing this. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, throws it quick. It is caught by Knight. Great adjustment by Knight.
Look like the Cobras got into some RPO action right there, run pass option. The run he didn't like the run there, but the slant was. I mean, I'm sorry, the fade route up the middle was wide open. He hit his man immediately. That's what you want to see if you're a Cobras fan right there.
And that is actually absolutely correct. So first and 10 Cobras. Johnson again at quarterback. Johnson a left-handed quarterback at that. That ball comes out weird with playing with a left-handed quarterback. It's kind of hard to adjust to sometimes. For those that have ever played with Michael Vick. Johnson takes the snap, fakes a handoff, fakes it, throws it. It's going to fall short. He had a man open, but it'll be incomplete.
Not what you want like to see right there. The Cobras are gonna need to get back to what they're doing good at, and that's run the ball into the short game. That they're gonna have to try to establish at least some type of run game. If you can't run, you're gonna at least try to establish some type of run game.
You are absolutely right. But with the way both teams are playing, it's kind of going to be hard to do so considering that the mistakes have been made. The mistakes have been made. It's piled up.
There's 6 turnovers with 0 points. This is
We are up in the press box in the event you do not hear the crowd or the whistles. We are way up in the press box on the 7th floor. Johnson takes it. And he takes off running. He's got some room. And then he runs out of bounds. And it'll bring up a third down. So now it's easier for Coach Adam to figure out what he wants to do. Cobras have to get something going to keep this drive alive. Third down and about 5. Rapid showing blitz. Johnson takes a snap. Throws it up. Just over the hands of the receiver. And that'll be incomplete, and that brings up 4th down.
and he had to wrap his defense completely fooled right there. He had them thinking he was running with the QB option, and he had him wide open, and he just overthrew that ball a little bit, and man, that's a play you wish you can get back right there.
Yeah, and I agree with that because he had a lot of room If he could just, at the very least, he got the first down.
In a
So
0-0 game, that's the play right there you wish you can get back right there. You're not going to see much broken plays like that.
yeah, I agree. So fourth down, and the Cobras will punt. That is Cooper Ryder at the back for the punt formation. Rapids have two returners back,
They look like they're sending the dog, look like they're coming.
and they are. Fumbles the snap. He gets it away, though. It is fielded by number 13. Makes a room. That is Darwin Filey on the return. What does the So if I can ask Jacob, what does the Cobras offense have to do to get these quarterbacks settled in?
The quarterbacks, I mean, if I'm the coach here right now, I'll sit there and talk to my quarterback and tell him to calm down because it looks like just little mistakes, look like a little too anxious. They're making some good plays, but the bad plays are kind of ruining the drives right there.
So first and 10 Rapids, inverted wishbone, shotgun formation. Looks like Jones is in the shotgun. Takes the snap, gives it to number 2, Spoonie, and he doesn't get a lot after that carry.
It looked like he had an edge right there for a quick second, but the Cobras came in quickly and swift him up.
And that's what you want. You want a swarming defense right about now. If you can if you can keep this at a scoreless tie going into halftime, if the Cobras you get the ball back and you have a chance to put yourself in a position to possibly win this game. And that's been the thing that we want uh, people to understand is that the Cobras have struggled with keeping the momentum. Once they've had their foot on somebody's neck, they kind of get nice about it. So second down, Jones hands it off. Nope, keeps it. And gets a few on the carry, gets about 4 on there.
I like to see the Rapids keep running the run game because it seems like they have the superior offensive line here, and the offensive line for the Rapids are not playing bad. They're moving the defensive line back from the Cobras right now, and I would like to see the Rapids keep running the ball and keep putting their foot on the pedal.
Well, great observation by Jacob Brown himself. Third down, Jones hands it off. He's hit by a host of Cobras, but he does get the first down.
Back to that run game. That's what I like to see from the Rapids right here. They clearly have a superior offensive line right here. They're pushing them back 3 to 5 yards per play. They're pushing the defensive line back. They're bullying them on the offensive line right now, and the Rapids need to stick to that and watch out for a deep ball coming up because the Cobras are looking at run, run, run. Don't be surprised if a deep ball comes.
You know what? That has to be one of the best things I've heard someone say because this is looking like that, especially with the field position. So first down, and jet sweep is swallowed up, brings up second down. Loses one, so second down and 11.
I don't really like that for the Rapids. The Rapids do well running the ball up the field. Running side to side for the Rapids has not been that good so far in this game. Their their MO is running up the middle and running upfield. I would like to see the Rapids keep running the ball up the field and not running side to side because running side to side, the Cobras are athletic enough and fast enough to get to a receiver running side to side.
Beautifully said. So it is second down and 11. 3 wide receivers for Jones. Jones takes a snap, hands it off. He's got more room than he actually does have more room going up the middle, like you said.
That's what I like to see on the first down. That was second down and 12 right there, getting them 5 yards right there. Imagine if you did that on first down, getting 4 to 5 yards on the first down. That's great for a start of possession.
As we are making our way down to 2:37 as we get our clock adjusted. It looks like the Rapids are making some adjustments. Might have to watch for the deep ball. Jones takes the snap. Option. Goes up the middle, breaks the tackle. He gets the first down and a little more.
Like I was just
Up.
saying, plays ago, getting the ball upfield, running upfield, and it's working. On a third and long, ran the ball up the middle and got a first down. The Rapids need to stick to run the ball up the field because running side to side, I don't think that's good for them right now.
And we are touching the 2-minute warning here. We will take a quick timeout. You are watching Pro Advancement Football. Cleveland Cobras versus the Cuyahoga Falls Rapids here on the 216 Sports Network. If you're looking for a good brand of clothing at affordable prices, then TGBG is just for you. Hats, shirts, hoodies, and custom gear all at your fingertips. And just in time for the weekend is Free Ship Friday. Free shipping on all orders. Just use the code FREESHIPFRIDAY at checkout. And all Godfidence items are 10% off. Head on over to tgbgbrand.com and get your orders in for your custom clothing now. TGBG is the official outfitter of the 216 Sports Network. TGBG, to God be the glory. Got a taste for something sweet? Planning a party? Or just want a midnight snack? Clarissa's Confections is a local treat maker here in Cleveland and has made many delectable and delicious treats for the young and old. Her treats are made to order and can be cut. Back after the 2-minute warning. 150 to go before halftime. Rapids are driving. They are in Cobra's territory. First and 10. Takes a snap. Hands it off. Got some room. That's Calhoun. Calhoun making some cuts. Calhoun switched up his number.
Back to doing what they're doing best, run the ball up the middle. And I'll say this, it's not just the offensive line. The running back for the Rapids is making some good cuts, getting his feet stuck in, planted in the field, and making good cuts up the field. The offensive line is doing great, and so is the Rapids running back, run the ball up the field. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If you can run the ball up the middle the whole game without the defense giving you no resistance, why change it and pass the ball?
Understood. Understood. So first and 10. Jones in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Hands it off again. That's Spooney. Spooney making some moves. Trying to break some
Mm.
tackles. Still up. Bro, does break. Gets to the 15, down to the 14.
If any
Man, Spooney is moving.
any football coach will love a running back like that. He is keeps moving. The first person that hits Spoonie, he keeps going.
And there is a timeout called. We'll
It's
switch
hot.
sides. We'll take a quick timeout with him. You watching Pro Advancement Football here on the 216 Sports Network. are back at Infosys Stadium after the timeout. Still no score. Cobras and the Rapids. There's a flag on the play. It is against the Rapids. So they are not happy about that. So first and 15. Jones hands it off. He picks up a couple, and that'll be it, if that.
And that's a good play for the Cobras defensive line right there. They've been getting pushed around for most of this first half so far, and Cobras showing a little bit of resistance on the defensive line side right there, not giving up more than a yard right there. I like to see that from the defensive line of the Cobras.
Think they're think they're playing for just a field goal. If this looks anything like that, just running, trying to get field position. They might take a shot. Here it is. He throws it. It's an out route. Can he get to the out of bounds? He does, but he does not get the first down. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage. So third down and 8. And Rhodes, who kicked the game-winning field goal, is probably on the sideline getting ready.
One block kick already in this game so far for the
Cobras,
Cobras.
the Cobras call a timeout. There's 18 seconds left to go. We will stick here with the timeout. So now, Jacob, 18 seconds to go. You're inside your opponent's 20. What do you do to at least get close enough to make this a chip shot instead of wondering if it's going to get blocked again like it did in the first quarter?
Personally, for me, you know your kicker as a coach. You know how far you can kick. If you're confident in him kicking the ball from the 10-yard line, I'll look for a shot right here. I'll,
As,
I'll I'll look for one shot in the end zone right
as our
here.
as
If
our
that don't
brothers
work,
from
then I'm
Western
kicking the field
Reserve
goal.
Radio, coach says he hates kickers, and I can't say I fault him for that, considering I've actually lost at the hands of a kicker. So here we go. We're back after the timeout. It is third down and 8. Jones in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers. 2 backs in the backfield. Takes the snap. Fakes the handoff. He's looking to throw. He
There's
throws
a
it over the
shot.
middle. He said he caught it, but it's not a touchdown.
That's his touchdown. He's signaling
And
touchdown.
that ref says it's a touchdown, so it is a touchdown for the Rapids.
There's your shot right there. I'm telling you, take one shot. If it's not there, kick the field goal. The shot was there. The underthrow actually helped the receiver
It
on
did.
that
It
play.
actually did, and he made a great adjustment to it.
The underthrow helped the receiver out because if he threw a good pass, it could have got broken up right there because the safety was sitting over top of it. But the underthrow made the receiver come into the ball and catch the ball.
So now we wait the extra point. Kick is up,
Good.
and it is good. So the
Disappointing
Rapids,
end to the first half for the Cobras. Played almost pitch perfect shutout to the end of the first half right there. Got lazy on the defensive end right there. Didn't expect them to throw the ball in the end zone. That's exactly what they did, and they got the touchdown with 2 seconds left to go in the first half.
and that was something that you don't expect to see because I thought they were playing for, just position, milk the clock, and get the field goal. But here we see this was enough time to take a shot at the end zone. They milked the clock enough so the Cobras can't come back. Although the Cobras do start with the ball in the second half. This is something we're going to have to keep an eye on later on in the second half. 2 seconds here to go before halftime.
There was a penalty, unsportsmanlike on the Cobras, I think.
And there was a flag on the play. And we just caught. Good
I think
eyes
that
by
might be an
Jacob.
unsportsmanlike. I think
We'll
I
see.
saw one of the Cobras player arguing with the ref at the end of that play.
Good eyes by you. And they're actually moving the ball up because of a sportsmanlike penalty against the Cobras.
They was arguing in the back of the end zone about whether it was a catch or not. You can tell back of the end zone he was.
Well, to be fair, from up here, we can't call it a catch or not. Like we barely get a good angle when he's down on the ground.
For my eyes, personally, if I could say it was catch or not, I don't think it was a catch. I thought the ball hit the ground. Mm.
He makes a spin move, still on his feet, and he's brought down, and that'll do it. We will take ourselves to halftime. So we will take a quick halftime break, and we will be back with the second half. You are watching Pro Advancement Football, the Cleveland Cobras and the Cuyahoga Falls Rapids. It's the game of the week here on the 216 Sports Network. Got a taste for something sweet? Planning a party? Or just want a midnight snack? Clarissa's Confections is a local treat maker here in Cleveland and has made many delectable and delicious treats for the young and old. Her treats are made to order and can be customized to your needs at any occasion. To place your orders, email her at sweetsbyclarice@gmail.com or call her at 440-805-4303. All right, we are back with the start of the second half. Live here from InfoCision Stadium on the campus of Akron University, home of the Zips. Cobras will get the ball back, but while we're doing all of this, Jacob, what have you seen that the Cobras need to do to fix their mistakes in the first half?
The Cobras need to definitely slow down the turnovers. If I'm the Cobras coaching staff, I'm telling my team, we don't need no turnovers. Even one turnover can lose us this game. We're in a 7-0 hole. We don't seem like we have much things that we found to work in the offensive side of the football game. The defense has been playing solid. Defense got to keep up, keep playing good, and not break. Offensively, they got to watch out with them turnovers because the turnovers are literally and figuratively killing them in these last 2 weeks of football.
Indeed, they are. So here we go with the second half kickoff. Rhodes Jr. kicks it off. And somebody might want to get
He
to
has
it
a
in this
block.
lane. He breaks, oh, almost broke a tackle, but he gets over to 30, down to the 34. And that is where Cleveland will start their drive. First and 10. So if you're the Cobras, what do you want to do this second half, especially in this first drive?
Early in the downs, for example, first down or second down, I would like them to try to attempt to ignite the run game, get 1 to 2, 3 yards in a first down, second down, you know, and get the sticks moving. Because one thing we have learned, this Cobras football team is not really a one-play score team.
As we've seen
They got
here,
the ability to be a one play score team, but that's just not their mo.
we got the score incorrect, but we got it. Now we got it correct. So as we see the score, 7-0. 5 turnovers. First and 10 Cobras. They switching. Move in a little tighter. That is Johnson.
Be a false start.
There's a flag on the play.
Mm.
A delay a game against the Cobras. It'll be first and 15 for the Cobras. Unfortunately, that's not how you want to start off. We'll try this again with our match stats. Now we got it situated. Cobras have
Both teams with
9
penalties.
turnovers in the game. Cobras with 4,
Them are
Rapids with 5. But this is unbelievable to have that many turnovers in the course of the game.
and for it to be 7-0 is unremarkable too.
With the way the penalties have gone, you are absolutely right. Johnson, short pass, high, in and out of the hands of Matt Wise. That's incomplete. Brings up second down.
Not a good look for the Cobras right there. He had a wide open screenplay right there, but sailed straight over his head, right there, and that's not what you would like to see right there. Quarterback with a quick, easy pass right there. You want him to calm down and just throw the pass. He's right there in front of you. Plant your foot, plant your back foot, and just throw that ball right there.
Johnson not necessarily always been the starting quarterback as Slap
Right.
Thompson is hurt. He's down with an injury, so it'll be second down. Johnson, look, calls his own number, trying to get upfield, gets maybe to the 30. It'll give him
Unfortunate for the Cobras. They started off this possession with a first and 15 because of a delayed game, pushed them back in a situation where they had to throw the ball on first down, and now running it on second down. Now it's a third and long right here. A third and super long right here for the Cobras. Uh, Forced into a passing situation right here.
understood. Now, I'm one to be devil's advocate here. Now, what if they can get this together in enough time to where this doesn't become too much of a problem? What do you think the Cobras should do or
You
need
can't
to
start a
do play
possession off
wise?
with a first and 15 because, as we've seen the last couple of weeks, the passing game has not been great for the Cobras.
Throws. It is incomplete, and that'll bring up fourth down. So the Cobras not starting how they would like to. And it's going to be a punting situation. There was a finagled punt the last time Coop Ryder was out there. See if we can get it.
Good punt right there.
No flag, but there's a return. It's got some room. Out to the 47, 48. So the Rapids will take off this drive.
I like that return right there. Good little 15-yard return right there.
So
Getting the
now,
ball
if
to
you're the
midfield.
Cobras defense, you have to make some changes and adjustments. And hopefully, it gets to where you are able to get the ball back and put some points on the board.
This is scary territory for the Cobras right here. The Rapids got ball midfield right here, has a chance to punch uh, two two score lead right here.
Well, let's see if the Cobras defense will do anything to stop that. They were, everything was working fine up until the last 18 seconds of the first half.
But I'm not going to insult the intelligence of the Rapids coaching staff, and I think they understand running the ball up the field works. And if Cleveland can't stop this game can get out of hand.
Indeed, it can. So first and 10.
Timeout. Rapids.
And the Rapids call their first time out of the second half.
Another coach not happy about that right there, having to call a timeout early into the third quarter.
Well, we will take a quick timeout and we will be right back. You are watching Pro Advancement Football, Cleveland Cobras versus the Cuyahoga Falls Rapids here on the 216 Sports Network. Are you looking to change up your everyday look? Have a sports team or just want something casual to wear for the night? TGBG Apparel is here for you. From athletic wear to something nice to go with your outfit, TGBG has what you need. Hats, shirts, hoodies, and everything in between. TGBG will get you right for the night and at an affordable price. To place your orders, email them at tgbgbrand@gmail.com or head on over to tgbgbrand.com now. To God be the glory. And we are back after the timeout. First and 10 Rapids. Jones in the shotgun. Jones has a moon motion, throws it, and it's Calhoun. Calhoun down the sideline, hot hurdles a man, and then he's hit on the Cobra side of the field at the Cobra 40. Calhoun making this a revenge game. Part two, as he was a 60-yard touchdown in the first game.
Look, the Rapids are trying to go fast here a little bit, tempo.
Jones, three wide receivers on the field, two backs.
Looks like he's going to give him a warning. Looks like he gave his coach a warning.
There's a warning on the sideline of the hands off. He bounces out, got some room, looking for blockers. That's Spooney on his feet. And he's finally brought down close to the Cobra 35.
Sometimes broken run plays like that, there's a lot of green grass because you have a running back running to the right side of the field. all they got the whole defense shifting to the right side of the field, and then boom, it's all clogged up, cutting back to the left side of the field. Sometimes it works right there. He had some green grass, but it was taken down. Cobras with some good defense right there.
And second down and 8. Because that play could have turned ugly. You are absolutely right with that. So second down, four wide receivers now, four Jones, three to the top of your screen. Got a man in motion. Jet screen. He has nowhere to go and he loses a yard, maybe two. That brings up third down.
I don't understand the play call from the Rapids right there. They see the whole first half. Running up the field works. Running side to side has not been good for the Rapids, and it shows right there. The defense, the cornerbacks for the Cobras are smashing in at the edges, and they're playing good at the edge control. They're not allowing these jet sweeps to come to the outside. The Rapids need to focus on running the ball up the middle.
And that's something that I thought the Rapids would stay with because they have been great up the middle. And they'll bring up third down and 10. Jones, four wide receivers, takes the snap, drops back to pass. He looks. He takes off. Under pressure. He's trying to get away. He's getting hit, and he is sacked. And Jacob, you did a great observation because he did have a man open by the Cobras sideline.
It was just a little too late right there. The defensive end for the Cobras smashed down really hard, and he threw him on the ground right there. He didn't just arm tackle him; he threw the quarterback down. That is great defense right there for the Cobras. Because sometimes a defensive player will just grab onto a player and allow the quarterback to still launch and throw the ball, but he wrapped that quarterback up fast and threw him down immediately.
And that is what you need to do in order to get a quarterback like Jones down to keep him from throwing the ball. So now it's fourth down, and Rhodes is out to punt. Rest of the punt unit getting on for the Rapids. Rhodes telling them they need one. I think the Cobras might want to go after this one. It snaps
Well,
away.
they are.
And he's trying to get away. He throws it, tries to throw it. Not really going to matter.
The turnover the Cobras needed right there.
There's a turnover on downs.
The Rapids punter got absolutely nervous in that situation. He could have punted it, but he was absolutely nervous. Tried to take off with it, made a bad decision running with the ball and trying to throw it while getting hit. The disastrous play by the Rapids right there. Some of you don't want to see. But the Cobras, what can they do in scoring position right now? Let's see what the Cobras can draw up right here and see if they can punch the ball in the end zone and tie this game up.
Indeed. And I actually meant to mention this at the start of the broadcast is this is a top 10 matchup as number 4, Cuyahoga Falls Rapids, undefeated so far, going up against number 10, the Cobras. So first and 10, slap, throws, got a man just out of the arm, out of the reach. Looks like that's wise.
And that was great coverage from the
Bring up
Rapids
second down.
defensive back right there. The receiver did have a one step on him, but that would have the quarterback for the Cobras would have had to throw an absolute dime right there to squeeze that ball in. He did have one step, but the room for error right there was very marginal, and he just threw it a little bit too far right there.
Matt Wise up after he kind of hurt himself a little bit, but slap threw a beautiful pass to try and get him down and try to get a leg up for Wise to get open. So slap trying to get trying to get him get his team back in order. Thompson in the shotgun. Looks like Johnson's next to him. Can't see the number, but we'll get it. It'll be second down. Thompson takes the snap, throws it just over the shoulder of number 43. And that is Reggie Ross on the intended reception. So that was number 13. I apologize. And if you're a Rapids fan, you better hope that Slap's not able to actually get a rhythm going because he's one of the most accurate passers so far.
Oh,
Thompson
bad
takes the snap.
snap.
He's got some room and pushed out of bounds. Gives him an extra shove towards the wall. But
And that right there is representing the Cobras game today. A, a broken play being one of their best plays of the game today. Fortunate to happen for them right here. A forfeit manageable right here. Wouldn't see them kicking a field goal right here. Don't know if they have a good enough kicker from this distance right here.
Coop
Forfeit
Ryder,
manageable though.
I've never seen Coop Ryder kick this far, but that does not, it's not to say he can't. But it looks like this is four down territory from here on out for
I
the
I would
Cobras.
I would say so. You haven't been in the red zone pretty much the whole game. This is your chance, and you need to seize every opportunity.
Can the Cobras get a first down? Thompson.
That's 2 seconds on the play clock. Play clock been hit zeros.
Well, they're lenient. Thompson throws, knocked away, almost intercepted, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
And like you said earlier in the broadcast, this is not much of an experienced quarterback right there. And personally, from my experience at playing quarterback, it is hard to see them linebackers sitting under them slant routes. And the quarterback for the Cobras did not see the linebacker sitting under that slant route right there. And it almost picked off. And if it was picked off, man, Big Boy would have been rambling down the field right there.
Actually, to be fair to Thompson, Thompson is one of the most accurate quarterbacks and one of the most seasoned quarterbacks on the team. Hale being the new one to the team, and then Johnson being the emergency quarterback. So realistically, if Thompson's not hurt, I think these throws are a little bit better. But when you have a knee injury, you've experienced that before. But when you have a knee injury, I think it's kind of hard to get that oomph behind the throw that you want.
Yeah, it's because you're scared of another injury possibly.
He breaks the tackle. He's got some room at the 40, the 30. He's got a man trying to catch him, and he runs out of bounds.
That was a great play from the running back on the outside. But if I'm the Rapids coach right there, I'm gonna be a little upset. The running back for the Rapids was running down the sideline, pointing at the sideline, getting hype with the sideline. You do that after you score the touchdown. He was pointing at the sideline while running down the field. He should have been focused to score a touchdown right there.
And you are absolutely right. And that should have been a touchdown.
That was a
Honestly,
touchdown.
we should be looking realistically, we should be looking at extra point try at the very least. There's a
Or
sideline warning against the Rapids.
it reminds me of the play when Sammy Watkins caught a deep pass down the field, and he was pointing towards the sideline. He got tripped up right there, and that reminds me just of that play.
That should not. We should really be looking at an extra point with that play. Jones in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Hands it off to Calhoun. Calhoun up the middle. Breaks a couple tackles. He is in. Touchdown. Rapids.
And that man Calhoun has been playing fantastic this whole game, going up the middle and bouncing off defenders. The first defender that touched him the whole night has not been successful at tackling him immediately. The first person that touches him flies off him, and he is just bumping and mumbling through all these players. And that's what you like to see as a running backs coach. Your player getting back from his mistake of pointing down the sideline.
And Calhoun now has 2 touchdowns against the Cobras, pending the extra point. This is not the way you wanted to start the second half. Rhodes. Kick is up. No good. So now it remains a 13 to nothing lead in favor of the Rapids, excuse me. So now the Rapids are in a do or die situation. Rhodes on the kick. Kicks away. It's high and short. It's going to take a bounce at the 20 and then be fielded. Tufts got some room. Flags on the play.
Personally, I saw a couple penalties on that play. I don't know which way it's going to go,
Looks
honestly,
like
in this
this will
play.
probably go in favor of the Cobras. Personal foul.
Face mask.
Face mask against the Rapids. So Cobras will start this drive with decent field position, 1st and 10. As we get our clock situated, 5:02 to go here in the third quarter. Ball is going to be close to midfield at their own 45. Now, this is a situation where I really think the Cobras offense needs to settle down and get the drive, keep the drive going. If they can keep the drive going, this is going to be a different team when the drive is sustained.
And it all starts right here. First down, 1st and 10. You got to get some type of momentum on 1st and 10. You don't want to get a sack or a no gain on a 1st and 10 right here. This is where it starts right here.
Thompson. And there's offsides play. Thompson is great with that hard count. If you've ever seen a quarterback with a hard count at this level who can really hurt you, it is Thompson.
And you can tell by the defensive tackle right there. He really thought the ball was snapped right there.
And this ball will be moved at the 50-yard line. So now it'll be 1st and 5. And again, what you said earlier starts on first down. So they got a free first down or free 5 yards off of the
And
first
this,
down hike.
like you said, yep, this is where it starts right here. Now you got to go and get the easy first down right here. It's 1st and 5 right here. You should get 5 yards in 5 plays.
Hands it off to, looks like Johnson. And it was Johnson. So they'll bring up second down. He gets about one. They're trying to establish the run. And the thing about them establishing the run is that if the problem is coming in, it's up the middle. The Rapids have some big boys in the middle, and I think that them clogging the middle is becoming a problem for the entire Cobras run game.
Right, I agree. These two teams are polar opposite. The Rapids do good running up the middle, not to the outsides. The Cobras got some fast players on the edges. They need to get to their playmakers and get them out in space. If the Cobras get their players out in space, it could be great.
Well, we'll see if that happens. Johnson is hit immediately, and that's going to bring up third down.
Got to get to your talented players. You got to give them open space and open field and give them one-on-one matchups. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if this is something that the coaches are having a problem with, or they're just not getting what they need out of the run game. But whatever the case is, I think this is going to be a situation where it hurts the Cobras more than it helps them.
I would like to see them try to run the ball like that in the beginning of the game, first half. But now you're down 13-0 late in the third quarter. You need something.
Some 7 o'clock games going on later on tonight. Portsmouth and the Mid Ohio Patriots. That's a one to see at 7 p.m. Thompson throws it. It is caught, and that'll be a first down.
And that's a great play call for the Cobras right there. Constantly throughout this whole football game, the Rapids defensive backs have been playing off. They've been playing 10 to 15 yards off right there. They said, okay, you know what? You're going to play 10, 15 yards. I'm going to hit you with a 5-yard hitch route. And that's a great play right there for the Cobras. Like to see more of that from the Cobras.
So Thompson to Thompson. Four wide receivers for Thompson, which actually three. Sends a man in motion. Thompson gets rid of it. Johnson's got some room. He stiff arms a man, still on his feet, then brought down out of bounds. And that'll be close to the first down. Inside the 40 at the Rapids 38.
That was a great last second dump off to the running back right there. He saw nothing. He was about to get sacked right there. Last resort, dump off to the running back that was already blocking for you. That was a smart play, a smart IQ play by the quarterback right there for the Cobras. Just dumping it off to his running back, who wasn't even involved in the play. The running back's job in that play was to sit back and help block for him. But you know what? Some things happen in good ways right there on broken plays, and that helped out for the Cobras.
Thompson doing his best. Patrick Mahomes. Thompson, three wide receivers. Hands it off to Johnson. Johnson goes right up the middle, has some success. Might be close to a first down. They're actually going to give it to him.
And the Cobras are spreading the ball out, spreading this defense apart right here. And
He's still up. You might want to push him down so that, and they do.
And right here, the Cobras are playing with a sense of urgency right now.
And
They're
that's
playing up tempo right now, and this is the football you want to see from the Cobras right here. Get into the quick game and get into your athletes right here. The Cobras have been doing that, running the ball towards the outside and getting to the short yards plays. And look what's happening.
and
Great thing.
you are absolutely spot on with that. And I think the up tempo helped them out on that play. So
Yes.
here we are, 1st and 10
I would like to
for
see
the
if they would.
Cobras.
I would like to see after a good play if they go back to up tempo after a good play.
Cobras can't get a first down at the 5. So we'll see if they do what they can to get there. Johnson and Thompson in the shotgun. Rapid showing blitz. There's a flag on the play,
Delay game again.
and there's a delay of game.
I just don't understand how it's delayed game right here. You got the play clock sitting right in front of your face as a quarterback. It's facing you on the scoreboard right there. The second one this second half for right now.
I got nothing on that because I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes as a player, I'm not even paying attention to the play clock. And I don't even play quarterback, but I know for most of us
These
who
are
have seen a play
just
clock,
for late in the game. You're down 13-0 late in the third quarter, bad being the fourth. Just stuff you don't want. Now you're in a 1st and 15 situation in the red zone.
understood. So 1st and 15, they can still get a first down at the 5. Thompson takes the snap, gives it the handoff, spins off a tackle, gets ankle bit.
And that was a good handoff right there by
And he
Thompson.
gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Just imagine if he could have actually got a chance to bust that open and break the tackle.
That was like an RPO action right there. But I like from the Cobras right now. They're spreading out their offense. That means they're spreading out the defense. The linebackers are spread apart and they're able to open up the run game. That's the way how you can open up a run game when you can't run the ball good. Spread out your team, get some good hitch routes in, and now you can run the ball.
And with that, that'll be the end of the third quarter. We'll switch sides of the field and be right back with the start of the fourth quarter. You are watching Cleveland Cobras versus Cuyahoga Falls Rapids, Pro Advancement Football's Game of the Week here on the 216 Sports Network. Are you a team looking for a new look on the sideline this season? A company looking for a more casual look? Or just trying to introduce something new to your closet space? TGBG is the brand for you. Jackets, polos, hoodies, and everything in between. TGBG has the clothing you need to serve a purpose for every occasion. To place your orders, contact them on Facebook and Instagram. Check out their website at www.tgbgbrand.com. Email them at tgbgbrand@gmail.com or call them at 440-470-4234. TGBG is also the official outfitter of the 216 Sports Network. TGBG, to God. Back after the timeout, fourth quarter here at InfoCision Stadium, home of the Akron Zips. 13 to nothing Rapids lead, but the Cobras are driving.
In my opinion, must score situation for the Cobras right here.
Thompson takes the snap, hands it off. Johnson tries to get around the corner. He does. He bowls his way for a couple extra yards.
Exactly what I was saying a few plays ago. These teams are polar opposite. The Cobras work well running the ball to the outsides, getting into space. Space is the game, key to the game for the Cobras.
Actually, the key to the game when I spoke to Coach Rogerson earlier in the week was to just win. But that is going to help them win
Understandable,
because we've
understandable.
seen what they can do on the edge, and it's helped. It's gotten positive yards, as opposed to the Rapids where they have struggled trying to get on the edge because the Cobras defense has actually scraped moving sideline to sideline. Second down, actually third down, and about 7. Three wide receivers for Thompson. Thompson directing traffic. Rapids are showing blitz. And there's another flag. And it
That's
is offsides
that's great
against
for
the
the Cobras.
Rapids.
That was a third and minimum. It's manageable, third and manageable right there. But now it's third and really manageable right now. Now on this third down, it's a four down territory. You're already in four down territory. Now you're able to run the ball because on that third down you was forced to throw the ball a little bit and maybe not be able to run. Now you can run the ball, maybe get 1 or 2 yards and still go for it on fourth down and on a third and very short.
And I agree with that play because now, again, with the way that Thompson approaches the line of scrimmage, you have to be wary of that.
I'm
Because if
I'm
you don't, you're going to jump off sides, as we just saw.
I'm doing RPO action right here from the Cobras. They've been working for them.
Rapids showing blitz in the pistol formation for the Cobras. Flag on the play.
And it looks like it's gonna be
Cleveland does get the first down, but there's a flag on the play, so hopefully,
both
looks like
teams
it's
are
going to be
pointing at
holding.
each other.
And it is a hold against the Cobras.
Like we've been talking about all season for this early season so far for the Cobras. Penalties has killed them, and it possibly might kill this drive right here too as well.
Well, let's hope not. Again, the Cobras can get a first down at the 5. If they can at least get close enough on this third down to make it a manageable fourth down, I believe they can get it, but we will see
But
how
now
this works.
you're in a third and obvious pass situation right here. I mean, you can throw them off by throwing act, act like you're passing and throw a halfback draw in there possibly could work. but now you're in a third and most 90% chance of throwing right here.
The good thing about the Cobras is their receiving core is among the best in the league when they have gotten a chance.
If the ball can get there to him, it looks like the receiver not being guarded.
Thompson, Rapid showing blitz again. They better be careful. Thompson drops back, throws. It is caught inside the 10.
And that's the exact player I was talking about right before the play. It didn't look like the DB was really worried about him. He was playing off and he was playing inside right there. He wasn't even standing in front of the receiver right there. Thompson must have noticed that and just hit him immediately.
And this will be a fourth down. So a manageable 4 to go. Can the Cobras get the first down?
This play right here could be the game right here.
I agree. So we'll see. 4th and 4. Thompson in a pistol formation. Rapid showing blitz. Flag on the play.
Delay of game again.
Another delay of game penalty against the Cobras, and this is going to hurt.
This is just
Actually, they
killing
waving
it.
it off.
Oh,
Is it an inadvertent whistle? So they wave it off. So 4th and 4. Pistol formation for the Cobras.
could
Thompson
be the
directing
game.
traffic. Rapid showing blitz. Throws.
Ooh.
It is dropped. And that is incomplete. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
An absolute fantastic play from the defense of the Rapids right there. The receiver was open. The ball was a good place, but the DB right there got in the hand right there, right in the pocket and breaking that play up.
But it still hit the running back's hand, excuse me, the wide receiver's hands, and I'm not understanding.
It's hard to catch a pass when the ball's in his hands, but that was just so good defense right there. He got his hand on the ball and ripped. That is
I'm not
perfect
going to take
technique the way
anything
you're
away
taught.
from that defensive back, but I was always taught as a receiver, when the ball hits your hands, you better come down with it.
You gotta have really strong hands for a situation like that, and his hands were just not strong enough. Cause you got a defensive player putting his hand in your pocket of catching the ball in your arms, and he just keeps going back and forth with his arm. It's gonna be hard to catch.
1st down and 10 for the Rapids. Flag.
A delay of game.
Delay a game against the Rapids.
Both teams having trouble with delay of game getting the playoff in time.
So same formation for the Rapids. 1st and 15. Hands it
Mm.
off. Breaks the tackle. Gets around the corner. And he's finally pushed out of bounds.
And the Rapids getting back to running the ball upfield. That's what you want to see if you're a Rapids fan here. Is them getting back to what they do good. And what they do best is running the ball up the tackles. And that's what they did right there. Run the ball up the field. And the running back right there bounced it to the outside. And he had one-on-one right there. Just couldn't beat the one-on-one move right there. And got taken down. A great run, a great first down play for the Rapids right there.
So 1st and 10. Jones. Two wide receivers to the bottom of your screen, one up top. Jones sends a man in orbit motion, takes a snap, pitches it, gets out to close to the 30-yard line on the 29.
With them orbit motion plays they've been running, they only ran a few of those this full game, like three or four of them, enough to count on one hand. Them plays right there tend to work when they run to the outside, but not so like on a jet sweep or just on an outside zone run or something like that. But them orbits are somehow confusing the linebackers for the Cobras in some way, and that's a good 5 yard gain for a first down. I mean, not for a first down, excuse me, for a first down and 10.
Second down and 6. He get 4 on that play. So we'll see if these orbits work for the rest of the game. 9 and some change counting. Cobras need to make a stop and get it quick. Another orbit motion. Another pitch. Makes a move and then he's tackled in the backfield.
And the Cobras is like, yeah, we're not gonna allow this to keep happening to us. We're gonna smash down on
I
this
believe
running
that
back.
was
We're not
Kobe
falling for
Jones
the
on the
fake.
run. Yes, and that's the thing about this Cobras defense. When they actually sniff out plays, it becomes a great asset to them.
Yeah,
But so far today, they've had trouble sniffing out the play, and we got to figure out as a team.
how to stop the middle because they're locking down the corners. When they try to go outside, it's locked down.
It's a third and long. Cobras need a stop. Takes the snap. Hands it off to Calhoun. Calhoun up the middle. Breaks another tackle. Does he get the first down?
And man,
It looks like he's short by a couple of inches.
can I tell you right there? I could have ran through that hole. The Rapids offensive line just opened up a world of a hole right there. Ran through the hole, and he's been running hard the whole game, bouncing off the first player that hits him, and that just shows right there. It's going to take one more than one player to take him down today.
So fourth down to go. Fourth down in inches. Can the Cobras get the stop?
Timeout Rapids.
And the Rapids call a timeout. They're down to one. 7:31 to go in the game. We'll take a quick timeout and be right back. You are watching Pro Advancement Football. Rapids versus Cobras. Here on the 216 Sports Network.
If they're going to want to win,
Are you a team looking for a new look on the sideline this season? A company looking for a more casual look? Or just trying to introduce something new to your closet space? TGBG is the brand for you. Jackets, polos, hoodies, and everything in between. TGBG has the clothing you need to serve a purpose for every occasion. To place your orders, contact them on Facebook and Instagram. Check out their website at www.tgbgbrand.com. Email them at tgbgbrand@gmail.com or call them at 440-470-4234. TGBG is also the official outfitter of the back after the timeout. 7:31 to go. Fourth and inches for the Rapids. Can they get
if
this first down or can the Cobras get a stop? Looks like they're going for a tush push here.
and he's going to
And
get
they
it.
got it.
That is a great call from the Rapids right there. The offensive line for the Rapids has been far superior than the defensive line for the Cobras right there. All you needed is a little push right there, and that's what they got right there, just getting a 2 yard push right there.
So there we go. Now it's first down for the Rapids. Cobras have not gotten a stop since early in the third. Jones takes the snap, fakes the handoff, throws. It is caught. He is,
Ooh,
and there's a flag
leg
if
hit right
I
there on
ever
the
saw
Rapids.
one. Don't know what that was about, but I'm going to assume this is going to go against the Rapids.
Yes, that was a lot of attention, a lot of malice right
And
there. That was.
unnecessary at that.
It looks like he is also hurt on the sideline. That was so unnecessary right there. The play has been done, and he decides to just run in and absolutely take the head off of a Cobra player right there. I would not be surprised if he gets suspended from this rest of this game, maybe the next game, because
There's a lot of
that was just dirty right there.
yeah, that
And if
was.
you're up 13-0, that's stuff you don't want to see from a team that's already winning.
And there is a lot of animosity between both teams, and several trades have happened between the two teams within the last week. So, unfortunately, you hate to see something like this.
Because that really can hurt a player right there with concussions and stuff like that. When a play is over and everyone's chilling out, you're just running and just putting head forward right there. That's not football. That's stuff you don't want to see on a football field.
You are absolutely right. There was no reason for that at all. So, we hope the player is okay. And they're marking it off, but that was still an unnecessary play. Play was over. We heard the whistles. Players were down. There was no need for that.
I would like to see if this player gets ejected or something like that. He is getting tossed. It
Yeah,
looks
he is
like.
out.
I
He
am not shocked by that, and I will not be surprised if he might get tossed from a next game too, because that was just stuff you don't do on the football field. I don't know what he was thinking in his head right there, but I can't hear the whistles from up here. But I could tell from being in the press box that that play was been over right there. There was no need for that. So if I knew the play's over, standing in the press box, I know he knew the play was over on the field with the whistles.
and that'll be second down. So this might be a blessing in disguise for the Cobras if they can get a stop here. Oh, second down and 30. Rapids. Three wide receivers, big formation. Jones takes the snap. He fakes the throw. He throws it deep. He's got a man one on one. And that is incomplete. And that'll bring up third down.
He was trying to test the DB for the Cobras right there. We've seen in recent weeks the Cobras defensive backs getting used a little bit. And right there, that was great coverage right there. Nowhere where the ball could have been. It was a good overthrow right there because it wasn't going to be overthrown. It could have been picked off.
So we will see. Can the Cobras get this stop? Third down and 30. Jones takes the snap. Blitz coming. He's under pressure. He gets throws it. That might be intentional grounding. At least at the very least, it says it's a fumble. But at the very least, by my calculation, that should be a penalty as the ball was going forward. Should be a penalty
Oh,
for
it's
intentional
first
grounding.
down. First down for the Cobras.
Oh, so it's a turnover.
In my opinion, I do not blame the players for this. I blame the coaching for the Rapids right there. That's a 3rd and 30 right there. You should run the ball on a 3rd and 30. You know you wasn't getting the first down right there. I don't like passing on a 3rd and 30 right there. You might as well just run the ball. You're up 13-0. Run the ball, punt the ball. Your defense has shut the Cobras out the whole game. There was no reason to even be passing in that situation.
Honestly, I thought that was intentional grounding at the very least.
He shouldn't be yelling to the official right now.
He
This
shouldn't.
field.
You're absolutely right. But
He's
this
the
is,
one who
but
told his quarterback to throw on 3rd and 30. When you're up 13-0, all you had to do is run the ball and punt it. I don't mean to sound really critical right here. The coaching staff for the Rapids are trying to insult their intelligence. But I don't understand why on 3rd and 30, you're up 13-0. Your defense hasn't allowed a touchdown the whole game. There's 6 minutes left to go in this ball game, and you're throwing on 3rd and 30. I just don't get it.
I
You
don't
should just
either.
run it and punt it and let your
And
defense win the game.
I believe the
But now the Cobras are back into the game with this right here.
I believe the Rapids called another timeout. So I think they are out of timeouts if I saw that correctly. here we are, 6:14 left to go in the game. I do have to throw this out here. That Slap Thompson has engineered a few game-winning drives within the last 3 years. So let's keep an eye on that. If they can get into the end zone here, I would not be surprised if Thompson engineers
Oh,
another
there's definitely enough
game-winning
time
drive.
into this game right now. This is so much enough time right now to go in this game.
First and 10. Well, actually, first and goal on the 6. Cobras have to get in to score. Johnson and Thompson in the backfield. Thompson hands it off to Johnson. Johnson goes up the middle, inside the 5 to the 4. And that'll bring up second down.
On the second down, I like to see maybe get into the screen game possibly, but that was a great run for a first down right there. We'll see if the Cobras can punch this into the red zone. Last time the Cobras were in the red zone, they failed to get into the end zone.
This would be that actually those times Thompson was not there, so we have to take that into consideration.
Yes. Hmm. So you got to think, if last time we was able to punch it in the red zone, we'll be able to tie this game or maybe take the lead.
Indeed. So 5:32 to go by whatever clock you're looking at. And there's flags everywhere. Pass interference, holding, whatever you want to call it.
And I don't understand why the defensive back is arguing with the referee. He literally held the DB from going upfield. You can't do that right there. You can push or whatever from you can push the receiver from within 5 yards, but you can't just hold him right there.
And that's very true. And the penalty's in the end zone, so they're going to
Also,
move this half the distance.
interesting. This is not an automatic first down.
I It should be
The
by
markers,
rule because it's in the end zone.
right? Yeah, every
And
pass interference calls an automatic first down.
I'm going to change it to first down on our screen. So first down and goal. Pistol formation. Rapids showing blitz. Looks like they're going to go all out. Thompson gets the snap. Pitches it. Great play. He is in. Touchdown. Cobras.
Great play call from the Cobras right there. Thinking they're going to run the ball up the middle and pitch the ball out to the outside. Touchdown, Cobras. The Cobras are great running to the outside edges. They got some fast players. They got some athletic players, and that's what they did. They got to their players on the outside, and that's what you want to see as a Cobra fan. The Cobras are back into this football game with 5:10 left to go in this game.
Cooper Ryder on for the extra point. Johnson gets in on the run. So if you're a Cobras fan, you catch a break and you make this a one-score game. Now, if you can get a stop, can you punch it back in and take the lead and possibly win the game with 5:10 left to go?
One thing I worry about right here is this kicker has not been out there the whole game. Let's see how warmed up he is right here.
Snap. Kick is up.
It looks good.
And it is good. A 6-point game.
Oh, look, they're fighting on the field.
And
And then we
there's a
have some more
fight.
penalties. And we're going to get some suspensions probably, too. There are punches being thrown on the field right now. And players running out from the sideline. This is not good.
Well, this is a heated battle between both teams.
This could get ugly. The Rapids are running towards the Cobra sideline. They still got Cobras. They still got Rapid players by the Cobra sideline. This is not good. They need to get both teams on back to their respective sidelines because this is not right. This is not it. It's not football.
Again, this is one of those situations where we said both teams know each other because there are players on both teams that have played for the Cobras and teams surrounding.
Yeah, I'm a little confused. I see some people fighting each other.
Tempers are flaring. This is not good if you're a Rapids or Cobras fan.
Penalties all over the field. Looks like the Cobra sideline is dang near empty.
This is not something that we all wanted to see. We'll see what they do. Hopefully, they don't end the game. Still a lot of football left to be played. So we are going to see how they mark it.
And it looks like they're going back up to each other at midfield.
We will take a quick commercial break as the referees do the conference, but you are watching Pro Advancement Football,
These
Cobras
people
versus
talking, ain't
Rapids
they?
here on the 216
Huh?
Sports Network.
These were the professionals. They talk.
Got a taste for something sweet? Planning a party? Or just want a midnight snack? Clarissa's Confections is a local treat maker here in Cleveland and has made many delectable and delicious treats for the young and old. Her treats are made to order and can be customized to your needs and any occasion. To place your orders, email her at sweetsbyclarice@gmail.com or call her at 440-805-4303. Are you ready for a snack or a treat that satisfies that sweet tooth? Well, Clarissa's Confections has what you need. All her treats are custom made and centered around your taste buds' desires. Place your orders now by emailing her at sweetsbyclarice@gmail.com or call her at 440-805-4303. Got a taste for something sweet? Are you looking to change up your everyday look? Have a sports team or just want something casual to wear for the night? TGBG Apparel is here for you. From athletic wear to something nice to go with your outfit, TGBG has what you need. Hats, shirts, hoodies, and everything in between. TGBG will get you right for the night and at an affordable price. To place your orders, email them at tgbgbrand@gmail.com or head on over to tgbgbrand.com now. To God be the glory.
It's happened, baby.
Back after the timeout with the scuffle. We're set for kickoff, so we're going to see if the referees are giving out warnings or punishments.
Let's see if the Cobras right here can get a 3 and out right here. 3 plays, 3 stops, and get the ball back immediately right here. Because best believe the Rapids are going to try to run the clock right here. And if they do it properly, they can run the clock out for the rest of this game and win this game with 5 minutes left.
And they actually can, but to be fair to the Cobras, they do have all three of their timeouts.
2 to 3 first downs in the game. Oh, it's an onside kick.
Inside.
Yeah, I don't think it went to 10 yards.
So they're going to move it back.
But there's been no signal on the field yet. No penalty on the field. I don't see nothing. Are they saying a Rapids player touched it first?
It's a
It looks like they're redoing the kick.
so they're gonna redo it,
Oh no, they're gonna give it to the Rapids. They're not redoing it.
and the Rapids are actually gonna take possession.
I was wondering why. Why would you re-kick it if there's no penalty or nothing?
Well, the only thing I can say is it was maybe illegal touching because the ball didn't travel 5 yard or 10 yards. But regardless of that, the Rapids are going to take the field position, which is a smart thing to do.
And they're the coach for the one of the coaches for the Cobras is conversing on the sideline or on midfield with the referee right now. Let's see what he's going on. And
There
there's a
is a flag.
flag, and that's probably for a coach being on the middle of the field.
Coach Fleming on the field, that's got to be something serious. He hardly ever gets on the field to talk to a referee.
I can't hear what he's saying from up here, but it's not probably good things if he's getting ejected.
So we'll see what the flag is about.
That is an absolute killer right there.
Not necessarily. If the Cobras can get a stop, which their defense has been able to do, this won't be too bad. But unfortunately, it is marked off, and it will be first down for the.
The unfortunate thing is right now the Rapids have a pretty good kicker. Is he able to nail a field goal from this side from this many yards? That could end the game right there.
So 4:56 to
And
go.
this is putting the Cobras in a situation where if they do get a four and out right here, let's say they do get a four and out, now you got to go travel the whole length of the football field just to win the game.
But it might be worth it. You have a
Oh,
you
it definitely will be worth it if they get a win out
if
of
you
it.
get a touchdown and you kick the field goal, this game is over with. And
Another
there's another
flag
flag.
on the Cobras. Oh man, this has got to be terrible. He called it on the head. I think it's him in the head coach. Oh, now this is getting ugly. Got the head coach in the middle of the football field arguing with the ref.
I don't know what happened or what
This
could have
game
been
could end.
said. As we see owner Jesse Caldwell. Now, how do we determine what's going on and what was said?
This has been a great football game, but this ending has been inexcusable for both teams. Both teams should be embarrassed about how they've been handling themselves at the end of this game. A dirty hit from the Rapids, the coaching staff and the players arguing with the refs and stuff. That's the stuff you don't want your football team to be labeled as,
I
you know.
agree. I agree.
So this is embarrassing from both teams. Honestly, this is embarrassing from both coaching staffs and both teams right now. Ruining a great game like this. This is a great football game.
And I definitely agree.
Time to take a flick.
As we take a quick look at the stats so far for team stats, this is not what we wanted to see, but clearly the rushing totals have been an it's been in the favor of the Cobras. As we saw, it was a 7-0 score. It was a halftime
It
stat, but
doesn't
we'll
look
get
like
that
there was
together.
much yards added to that last penalty. I don't know if they gave him extra yards for that.
I don't honestly. I don't even want to get into the game, the penalties category. And Calhoun goes up the middle.
Great
It's
defensive
second
stance
down.
right there for the Cobras. The Cobras are going to look for a 4-and-out right here. They're running the clock, but I don't see the clock running.
And for the Cobras, you're actually happy that the clock hasn't started on the field. Second down and 9. Jones takes a snap, hands it off.
Ooh,
Gets to the outside. He got him some room. Bowls over a Cobra defender.
that's going to be a first down
It
right
looks
there.
like he's very close to a first down. They're going to say he's short by a yard. And that'll bring up third down. 3rd and 1. And the clock is still moving. Although the Cobras do have all 3 of their timeouts. Cobra showing blitz. Takes the snap, hands it off, fakes the handoff. He's caught in the backfield. He does not get it.
And he is hit immediately. That is that's the first play I saw from the Cobras defense where they're back there immediately. Usually this whole game has been based off the offensive line for the Rapids pushing back and bullying this defensive line, but right there, they got up and into the gaps right there for a great
And they're going
defensive
to bring
stop.
out Bobby Rhodes
This
for a
is the
field
game
goal.
right here.
Can the Cobras get a stop? Rhodes did kick a game winner against the Cobras 2 weeks ago.
And this perhaps could be the game winner for this game too. So
And it
back-to-back
looks like
game
the
winner.
Cobras have called a timeout. They are down to 2. Save themselves some time. 3:26 to go. Get our clock situated.
And you got the Cobras coach still conversing in the middle of the field. The referee.
A 39-yard field goal. 4th down. This may be the game. Cobras have to be careful. There is a hard count for the center. There's a snap.
Oh, it's gonna be
Kicks away.
blocked.
It's almost blocked. It's gonna be.
It's gonna be
It's gonna be
returned.
returned. Still on his feet for the most part. And he gets out to the 20. And they're pushing the pile.
Usually on field goal returns, usually it's a daylight touchdown because you have all linemen chasing a receiver. But right there, it was great for the Cuyahoga Fall Rapids right there, being able to lock that down.
So the Cobras catch a break. Now, 3
Cobras
minutes.
can win the football game.
3 minutes to go. You have 2 timeouts. How do you conduct this drive to possibly be a game winner?
First off, you don't need to rush nothing. You got 3:24 on the clock. You don't have to really get into rush tempo. You can get into tempo, but do not force downfield shots. Downfield shots is not what you're going to force right now. And you saw them force some downfield shots earlier in the game. And when the Cobras force stuff, bad things happen. So the Cobras need to be them and call these plays correctly.
And I have a feeling you might be right. And I also have a feeling that the Rapids are expecting shots to be taken downfield. So I would go
You
with
have
the
more than enough time to do that.
I would go with the idea of keeping it short because I think the Rapids, like you said, are expecting that.
You got 3 minutes 24 seconds to go the full length of the field. That is so manageable right now for the Cobras. Look like they're getting backed up some more too.
Again, Slap Thompson has been known to engineer game-winning drives, so this is a possible scenario. And we go down to 3:11 as the clock didn't start on the field goal, so they ran a couple seconds off, and now we match up. 3:11 here to go. Thompson in the shotgun, takes the snap, hands it off to Johnson. Johnson cuts it up, got some room, gets about 4, maybe 5 on the play, so it'll be second down.
I like that first down call right there. They're not rushing nothing currently. They're doing what they're supposed to do right here.
Got to
But you
keep,
are gonna have to get these plays off faster.
and Thompson has to do a better job of that. You are absolutely right. Clock is still running, so 30 seconds, 38 seconds to go on the play clock. So Thompson has some time to work. Three wide receivers to the top. Excuse me, three wide receivers on your screen, two at the bottom. Thompson takes the snap, throws it, tip, almost intercepted, and that is incomplete.
Thompson right there did not see that linebacker sitting under the slant route again. Thompson's having a hard time seeing them linebackers sit under them slant routes right there.
And I think it's because of the pressure that the Rapids have put on him. And I
And
think
you
that has to have something to do with the way these throws have been looking for
and
Thompson.
he has to get that slant out quicker. He's taking forever to get the slant out. Soon you need to be throwing the ball before he's even breaking on the route.
So it is third down. Cobras have to keep this drive alive.
I don't like how the Cobras walk up to the line of scrimmage. They're just walking up to the line of scrimmage.
We're right. Cobras do need to play with some urgency. Thompson takes his low snap, drops back, throws. It is caught. First down for the Cobras. That is Matt Wise.
I don't know the rules of the PFL, but I assume first downs clock should stop, but the clock is actually running right now.
They're actually going to run it down to the 2-minute warning. And they're saying incomplete.
The clock is at 1:56.
So here we go. 156 because of the timeout. 13-7. And here we go. Fourth quarter action. We are going to take a quick timeout. You will be right back. See the final minute and a half of this game. You are watching Pro Advancement Football here on the 216 Sports Network.
Hey, are these
Back after the 2-minute warning here. Cobras driving. Ball is spotted at their own 40.
Now, if the Cobras head coach had something to be mad about, this is the thing to be mad about. Something I don't understand. A 2-minute warning, but they're putting 155 on the clock past the 2-minute warning. I don't understand.
I don't understand that either. We probably won't get an explanation from the referees about it. So here we go. Third down and 10. Thompson takes the snap. He drops back. He looks. He throws it deep. Got a man. It is caught! Inside the 25, down to the 23. Or they're going to mark it at the 25.
All game long, all season long, the Cobras cannot throw the long ball, and right here, perfect timing where the long ball needed to work and it worked. What a gutsy play from Thompson right there, throwing out on the field in the coverage. What a catch from the receiver right there.
Clock is still running.
There's some complications going on with the clock that we up in the press box do not understand.
You are absolutely right about that. And now that we have it set, first and 10 for the Cobras.
And that clock is draining. The Cobras need to snap the ball.
The Cobras still have 2 timeouts.
He needs to snap this ball.
Thompson takes the snap. Quick screen. Drop.
Oh, that's
Incomplete. Brings up second down.
what you don't want to see. It was like a minute 15, and now it's 47 seconds left to go. You got to get to the ball or call a timeout right there. Terrible clock management.
As we hear our brothers in Western Reserve Radio's broadcast, coach is not happy about the time management by the refs. But nevertheless, second down. Ball is spotted on the 25 of the Rapids. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the bottom of your screen tight. Thompson directing traffic. Thompson takes the snap, he drops back, he throws it again. Got another man! Caught for a touchdown! Oh, they say it was incomplete. The back judge called a touchdown.
A great defensive play from the Rapids right there. It looked like a game-winning touchdown possibly for the Rapids right there. He had the one-on-one coverage
38
right there.
seconds to go. He did, and we all thought the same thing. It was caught, and this was going to be a potential game ender.
Unfortunately for the Cobras, that play was broken up at the very end. But something I don't understand from the Rapids right now, they're letting their DB sit off in man-to-man coverage right here. And that's kind of risky when you know the team is in a pass and score situation right now.
They
To
are.
leave them out on the island one-on-one. Let's see if that works out for the Rapids.
So third down.
Looks like they will put an extra safety back.
Four wide receivers for the Cobras. Thompson takes the snap, drops back. He's under pressure. He throws it short to Johnson. They can't hold on, and that is going to bring it down to 33 seconds, and this is going to be the game.
This good game has been a total mess at the end of the game right now. Due to fighting, due to some immature stuff, and then the clock management.
And that part has to do with the referees. I think the referees have to do a better job of understanding the time rules. So this is one of those scenarios where they're going to have to meet with the commissioner and have to answer some questions.
Agree. But this is right here is the football game right here. The Cobras don't need a touchdown. They do need 10 yards to extend this game right here, though.
They can get a first down at the 15. If they can get that first down and they still have 2 timeouts, this is going to help them.
There's 9 seconds. and they're still inside the huddle, they're gonna need a timeout.
And Cleveland takes a timeout. 13-7.
I like the timer right there because you still have one more timeout, and you want the right play for this play, this
I,
fourth
I
and long.
I definitely agree with that, but at the same time, this has to be a scenario where you have to have the right personnel in, and you don't have to waste that timeout.
Right.
But nevertheless, two timeouts here. We'll take a quick commercial break and be right back. You are watching Pro Advancement Football, Rapids versus Cobras here on the 216 Sports Network. Got a taste for something sweet? Planning a party? Or just want a midnight snack? Clarissa's Confections is a local treat maker here in Cleveland and has made many delectable and delicious treats for the young and old. Her treats are made to order and can be customized to your needs and any occasion. To place your orders, email her at sweetsbyclarice@gmail.com or call her at 440-805-4303. Back after the timeout, fourth down, 35 seconds to go. Cobras need a first down. Thompson in the shotgun, four wide receivers. Thompson takes a snap, drops back to pass. He looks. He's under pressure. He fumbles the ball. Oh, no. And there's a flag, marker, excuse me, there's a marker on the play. And that's going to be a turnover on downs, but the clock didn't move. If you're watching, our clock moved, but their clock didn't in the stadium.
And that right there is going to be the end of this football game. Hopefully, it doesn't get ugly and let the emotions spill out to this game. Another good football game from these both two teams right here, and a close event right now. Just something you don't want to see at the end of the game for the Cobras, though. Very unfortunate for the Cobras right there, who fought their way back into this game and got themselves into a winnable situation in this game when it was down 13-0 late into this football game. Just not a way you want to end this game.
Indeed. And that will be, actually, I think the Cobras, not the Cobras, the Rapids would have to take a knee or two, maybe.
Look like they're not going to have to snap the ball. It looks like they're running the clock, so it looks like they're not going to snap the
I
ball.
think they're I think they're just making up the time.
Oh, so we're just. I think they're assuming it was like 3 seconds, so they took off
I'll,
three
I'll give
seconds.
it three. I'll give it six, honestly.
That's what they took off because it was at 35, now it's at 29. Great eye. Was hopefully these emotions don't boil over. Teams taunting each other.
And that'll do it.
And you can tell these teams got bad blood. Both of these teams are going to their respective locker rooms without even shaking hands. Only a couple players shaking hands
And
with each
that
other.
you know what? I honestly, as a player, I can say that that's not uncommon in a situation like this where both teams have been
No,
heated,
very
been
understandable.
fought. It's been scuffles. Some players have respect for each other because again, that's how they know each other. But in the other sentiment, it's the end of this was not the way we wanted it as fans, as
No.
broadcasters, as just fans of football. We did not want to see it end this way.
Yes.
And I don't think that's fair to the fans at home, for you guys watching. I don't think that was fair to the fans that's here in the stadium. This was not forgive me for saying this, but this should have been a lot better exciting wise for entertainment factor. Should have been a lot better than what we got on the field. From the referees with the time management to now, this has
Even
been
boiled down
something wacky.
to the childish behavior from both teams.
Yes, the childish behavior from both teams is understandable as well. I know you're a big component of that, but this is not something we wanted to see. Period, from each team.
So all around, it was just not a great ending to a great game. A great football game was actually played today, but due to not the refereeing calling plays, but the refereeing with the clock management and both teams going back and forth with childish behavior, this great game had a little sour ending. A lot of questionable things with the referees, honestly, that I don't understand, especially with the clock, and especially going back to the 2 minute warning that went down to 155. Something that I we won't get answers to probably. Something I don't understand that does need to be talked about though.
And you are absolutely right on that one. I don't think we're ever going to get answers on that one. But to be fair, uh, the the referees are going to have to answer to the commissioner of the PAFL at some point. But if you see, we look at the score, the game stats for the final. Uh, Obviously, the rushing was excuse me, the rushing touchdowns were even for both teams, and that was where you said that the Cobras needed to get better, and that's what they did. They got better, and they put one in the end zone by going outside, which is something that the Rapids were not able to do.
Yeah, and like I was saying earlier in this match, in this football game, a lot of teams are different. Both these teams are kind of polar opposite. The Rapids excel in running the ball through the gaps, through and up the middle. Towards the end of the game, the Cobras started locking down on that. But however, the Cobras, on the other hand, they're great on the outside, getting to the edges, getting their players on one-on-one matchups. They got fast, athletic players for the Cobras, and they need to continue that. But wasn't enough for today's game. A, a great valiant comeback. They put themselves in a situation to win the game, just wasn't able to, and that's a testament to you don't want to wait too late because maybe sometimes it's just too late.
Yeah, and to be fair to the players themselves, this is one of those scenarios where I felt like this is something that should have been fixed a long time ago, because if you don't fix this, this is going to get bad. And it's already bad. It's going to get ugly if you don't. You're now 0-3. The Rapids go to 3-0. You know, Realistically, at the very least, both teams are supposed to come in here 2-1 after
Yes.
3 games. 2-1. This would have been the rubber match. We see who wins. I'm just For this particular game, I'm just not happy with the way things ended in the second half. That's something that it's going to have to change on both sides for the Rapids as well as the Cobras. The referees are going to have to do some looking in the mirror as well. And we were primed for a. I'm not even going to say primed. We were cheated out of a great ending, as we saw. Cobras are driving. They get inside the 20. We don't know what could have happened.
Most definitely.
So because of that, we have to check out the schedule for the Cobras, as they will next week be in the Snake Pit, so they'll be at home for the Flag City Phantoms, the team we're used to seeing. We're not no strangers of. So the Flag City Phantoms will come to town. This will be another tough game for the Cobras, as the Flag City Phantoms, if you've watched our broadcast in the last 4 weeks, they are a tough team. They have no problems getting up in your face, running the ball, and running it hard, something you are a component of. Have no problems playing hard-hitting defense. They do have hard-hitting defense. They have no problems being ball hawks in the secondary, as they've been able to pick off some of the better quarterbacks at this level.
I totally agree with you right there. You nailed that right on the nail right in the coffin right there. That was perfect.
So with that, we're gonna regroup and get ourselves together. We'll see you guys next week for the Flag City Phantoms versus the Cleveland Cobras at the Snake Pit. That will be a 7 o'clock game. You can check that out right here on the 216 Sports Network YouTube channel. For Jacob, for our camera person Maya. Oh, before I forget, I have to spend a very special shout out to a lovely person in my life. Today is my birthday, and I've been celebrating all day. So I have to send a special shout out and a special thank you to my lovely wife, Mary, aka Lily. She has been down with the company for the longest. She has done everything she could to support us. She still supports us even now when the Cobras are losing. So thank you for doing all that you do. You are a great person, and I appreciate you so much. But with that, we're going to end this broadcast for the Cobras, for Jacob, for the Rapids, for the PAFL, and the 216 Sport Network. I am Romel saying we will see you guys later.
Peace.